Hi everyone, it's Mandy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am playing more of NieR Replicant. Now, uh, unfortunately, at the end of the last part, I lost about an hour of gameplay, and I'm very frustrated about it. I didn't know it was going to happen. It looked like everything was still recording, but then when I went back and edited, I saw that my 90-minute video had been shortened to like 30 minutes. So lost a ton of it. I'm not gonna, I can't go back and replay it or anything. I'm just gonna move forward from where we are, but that's where it is. So last part was cut pretty short. Like that's a very short episode for me. It was a very emotional part. But yeah, that part ends in the middle of a boss fight. I did beat the boss. And then we go into this new quest, this whole new quest with Fira, meeting her, that village. We go save the prince. And it was really good. I actually loved that section of the game. I really liked that dungeon and the puzzles in it, but unfortunately all of that is lost for the playthrough going up on YouTube. I'm really, really sorry, guys. I hate it. I hate that it's missing and we'll never get it back, but that's just, it happens. And I apologize for that. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna try to make sure it doesn't happen again, but yeah, I tried to do everything I could to make sure that it's not gonna happen this time, but let's just hope for the best and see how far we get today. All right, so we're gonna play more NieR Replicant. Loving the game. Oh my gosh, it's hitting me so hard. I knew it would. NieR Automata hit me harder than any game ever has, and honestly, so far, this game is like off to an even more dynamic start than Automata, because Automata took me a while to get what was going on and what the game was going to be all about. NieR Replicant, I'm more introduced to the world before even going into it, and I don't know where the story is going to go. But already things are hitting me, like the brothers. Oh, the brothers and the mother leaving her kids, just like running away, and then she dies with her lover, leaving her boys. It's so sad. It was so sad to me. Anyway, we're quite a bit beyond that now, so let's just jump back in. I'm excited. Okay, back in. For more NieR. And yeah, my background is a little bit different today. I had some guests stay over for the weekend, so the futon is a bed at the moment. Okay, so let's see. I do have the save from the junk heap depths. It's tempting. So I'm back in, I mean, that's so much playtime. Yeah, I'd have to replay a lot. Okay. It's closer to 2 hours that I lost. Oh, so frustrating. Okay, so we're back in NieR's village. We're back. I think, oops. I always press triangle to get to the menu. Okay, so talk to Popola. Let's go. I love this game. Okay, this is the way. So, one thing I do know is that I think I'm supposed to try to get every weapon. I think I need to get every weapon to see the full game, to see all the endings. Well, at least all of the, like, story endings. I'm sure there are many, many endings that I won't get. But I think there are 5 main endings. Those are the ones that I'm gonna strive to get. So, and I think you have to get all weapons in the game to unlock one of the endings. So we'll try to do that. At some point, if I have to look it up, like if I'm missing something, I'll do that, because I don't want to get like too far and have missed a weapon and never be able to get it again. We'll see.
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Oh yeah? Dearest Popola, I am writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. What? I was hoping I might be Dream. Able to get your advice, Dream, on the matter. Somebody's trying to tell me this is a dream right now. Recently, there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream of dream, evil dream, empty dream, cursed dream, evil dream, words, dream, and dream. Someone dream. There's a dream. And there's evil curse dream. Evil curse. All right. Wheels are turning. We're in a dream. We have a curse.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
What?
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
What?
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Yes.
Oh, well, alright. Thank you.
What?
The Forest of Myth is to the north, after you cross the small wooden bridge in the northern plains.
Okay. Go north. Kaine. Vice. Somebody. Somebody. This is so weird. I mean, yeah, he did comment on it, but what? Are we in a dream now, or was the beginning? No, I mean, this is probably the dream. We are some kind of replicant. It has to be. I mean, I'm not gonna get too far ahead of myself on this theorizing, but I do plan on probably like speaking my thoughts as I'm playing, asking questions. They are rhetorical. I don't want to have them answered in the comments because I'm sure the game will answer them. I'm not worried about that. Not worried about being confused the whole game. It's confused right now, and I'm supposed to be, so. So don't tell me what's going on. I'm so curious. I cannot wait to find out. Ugh. Dream. Hi, Kaine. Will this explain your outfit? I really hope there's an explanation for her outfit. All right, so we, I think, are going to fight the Shades. No. Shades. There. Shades, only Shades. Ordering allies. Wait, can I, like, tell them what to do? Orders. Oh! Okay, cool. Gambits for Kaine. You can help me keep your guard up. Or get him. Definitely get him for now. We'll see. Honestly, that might not change unless I'm really struggling. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's go bridge. Cool. Farah! Guard break. Okay. Let's use it. Abilities. No, that's not how you do it. How do you do it? Do you do it in the book? Words. Word edit. All. It goes on. Oh, wait. I have to, okay, let me put it on a weapon, I think. Well, it doesn't go on this weapon. Oh, it could though. So this will raise my guard break, but lower my attack. Okay, no, we're good. Oh wait, actually. Is that even the weapon? How do I... Wait, how do I equip weapons? It's different, right? I do it in a different way than I'm thinking. Okay, hi. Oh, nope, don't go to the animals. Hold on. How do I equip my weapon again? Weapons. Maybe it's just here. Weapons? Okay, I do have Beast Bane. So, give me weapons. What's on Beast Bane? Oh, it's what I was looking at. That's fine. Yes, that's what we want. Okay. Ooh, I was just looking at it weird. Okay, let's keep going forward. Toward the X. Shades? Yes, very shades. Oh, I like Kaine. Used coloring book. Oh, so all of this was dropped from my last part. Oh man. Okay, yeah, so the village that we went to last time with Fira, there was this strange items store. I can't remember if it was called Strange Stuff or Strange something.
Get out of my way!
Oh, hi. And it was all this modern day stuff from our world. And I'm very curious about this. Level up! I'm very curious about it. That level up was a very good time. Magic defense. Ooh, that seems really good. Okay. Also, I should probably, like, equip them at different times for different fights. Leveling up gives you full health. That is great. Also, fighting these things are restocking my herbs. Can't take that one. The shades bleed. What are the shades made of? Dirty bag. Okay. What are you calling a dirty bag? All right. Oh man. Oh, I just keep remembering the brothers. So sad. Ooh. Well.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
Okay,
You know,
time to
a
save.
little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Such cheek. Zap. Ooh, they live in trees? I knock on the door. Not chop down their home. Ooh, a person.
Beware the words.
Like the words I'm putting on my weapons?
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words.
How interesting.
Those who dream.
Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind. It is not quizzical.
Where is this coming from? Where is this narration coming from?
What's going on?
Villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his
Perhaps we
eyes.
should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at NieR and Vice.
If you can speak to me. I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
Mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. Okay, so it's not that I'm in the dream. This forest is caught in these dreams. The village mayor had determined the death dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Weiss stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here.
He
Are
said.
you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes.
Said the mayor.
I think you have.
In other words,
Said NieR.
we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm NieR's suspicion, Weiss exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who NieR had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream.
Said the mayor.
A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
A certain conversation or specific word. NieR and Weiss racked their brains but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Weiss chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Weiss looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
Poor Weiss! The anger created by his harsh words bled over to NieR like a contagion. Uh-oh, what's happening to NieR? Wait, said NieR suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Alright, the voice acting's gone. Well, the villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? Yes. The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Weiss suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, NieR's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said, those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at NieR. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease called the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect the people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out. I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I would know about it. Paused for a moment, with unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. NieR nodded in agreement. Wait a second. I didn't nod. Oh, boy. Look, we can be of any help, said NieR. Just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence! Cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from NieR to the mayor, and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? Mayor slowly raised his hand. Realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said, you're right. You're right, I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Weiss, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. Almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of NieR and Weiss. We're all counting on you. As NieR slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? NieR's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once, he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging NieR to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating their environment, NieR snapped. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. NieR leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. NieR slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard, Weiss! What's going on? NieR could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as NieR's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zree, 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 zree. Shak, shak, shak. Chki, chki, chki. Wooma, wooma. Shik, shik, seek, shik, 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 seek. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, NieR began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise. It's something else. The insects weren't just calling out. They were asking a question. One with it is lacking, two with it is ideal. Three with it is dangerous. What is it? I have a riddle. By my pages, is this a riddle? Guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. One with it is lacking. Two with it is ideal. Three with it is dangerous. What is it? One is lacking, two is ideal, three is dangerous. I mean, a seesaw sounds right. Something that's ideal with 2 people, dangerous with 3. Oh, it's a seesaw. Vice's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. Rin rin wah, rin rin wah, shik shik she, shik shik key. When NieR came to, he was once again surrounded by the sound of insects. The cries of insects were creating words he had heard somewhere before. 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels kind of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? You already answered seesaw. Go with the secret. Inwardly furious that Vice left the task to him, NieR sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before NieR like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the test, NieR moved on with new intensity. So he got it wrong the first time. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said NieR after a bit. Vice spun around to his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, NieR picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Vice. Surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. I love this music, by the way. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. Oh, dangerous words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? It must be light. Absurdly easy, barked Vice. Now answer it. NieR grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. Sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried NieR, awaking Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? NieR walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began NieR. But before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? NieR tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing here, but he simply repeated the question. We wish to engage this man in a conversation, said Vice. It seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said NieR. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon. I mean, end the night with 3. A man? I don't get the ending the night with 3. End the night with 3. So if they're going through life, they're starting on all 4s, and then Like, when they're an adult, it's noon, maybe, and they're walking on 2 legs. And then when they die, why do they have a 3rd leg? But why would a demon or an angel either? A man. The mist dissolved from the cloak figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried NieR. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. That the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As NieR watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When NieR and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped NieR's and pumped it so fiercely, it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. Gah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not. Mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. NieR withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as NieR filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them lay down on the forest ground and fell asleep. NieR cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. NieR and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. You've forgotten, continued Weiss. It is words that control the Death Dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. Also, Kaine's not here. What's she been doing? This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I have felt tired, since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour, or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. NieR shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh wow, said the mayor in an awed voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked once and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to, well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at NieR and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor, as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Weiss. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed slightly. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Weiss. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. NieR and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Weiss, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, NieR mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. NieR tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. It probably means everything. NieR gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh.
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Obtained a sealed verse. Obtained dark execution magic. Summon magical spikes from the ground to impale enemies. That's cool.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch.
I mean, how
too
long
easy,
were you
if
here,
ask me.
though?
It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Well, somebody certainly was. Who?
Don't overthink advice.
We need to overthink this. Who?
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Oh my.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sort of creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Here we go. I hope this wasn't a mistake. I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes. An eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say, "My savior!" I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help, I laugh, I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all the gods, help me. And possibly I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is NieR. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as NieR extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. Jason. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment with delay. We delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak. You are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Oh. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Sick. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter, I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving the most terrible of rooms. Dang it! We have to choose. I squint down the dim corridors. We came from the south. Let's go east. I squint down the dim corridors. Go north. I squint down the dim corridors. Okay. We went north. We went east. We went north. Let's go east. At the end of the path, I find myself in a great hall, with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rest china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head. But as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in their remains, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands, and slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my glaze... What are you glazing? My gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake. The chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat up the back and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. What kind of dreams are these people trapped in? Who's doing this? My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. Though in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. I squint down the corridors. Proceed north. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. Break it down, someone cries, so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with NieR and Grimoire Weiss, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, But to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress, says Weiss. And you are a woman, madam. I am. I proffer the two a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I can see that the one known as NieR is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. Is he being a weirdo? With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life. It's shades. Shades! Oh no. Oh no. Is this real? Are these dreams real? Shades. People die and are reborn as shades. And then I kill them. But this is happening in the dream. We have shades in our reality, in our waking world.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
Did a decent job with the labyrinth, I think. Oh my gosh. Shades.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
He looks more awake, though.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Weiss.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
Oh, this music, though. A colony of mass sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Weiss and NieR had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Weiss?
As Weiss considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage.
Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. NieR nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow. Have to stop and listen. Leaving a trail of sand in its place, he thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid their material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made NieR lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? The complaining had already begun. Weiss tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said? No, no joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to bear. NieR glanced at Weiss's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, NieR's feet grew more painful, and his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. As time passed, NieR's feet grew more painful. Sorry. We are definitely getting closer, said Weiss in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, NieR lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open and his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cried. It's water. Water, asked Weiss. Preposterous. I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead. Look, the sun is reflecting off it. Without waiting for a response, NieR sprang to life and bounded toward the site. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. NieR closed his eyes and sighed as Weiss floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. NieR shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly, he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide once more. Wait, there it is! I just missed it. Look, it's right there. NieR sprinted off again, leaving Weiss with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, NieR came to a halt. Sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour, until an exasperated Weiss finally floated up to NieR and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot. Stop this at once. There is no water here. NieR's face clouded. There isn't? There is not. And perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Weiss paused for a moment and continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the city of art. NieR looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried NieR, completely forgetting the heat and pain of the past few hours. I've never seen something so big. Each sculpture was formed roughly from the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up toward the sky, but that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. What kind of city is this? Said NieR. Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent on steel rails. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials that it had never encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, NieR and Weiss eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. NieR uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable except for one single word chiseled into their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. As NieR moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures. Alighting on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false will speak only lies. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said NieR. They're alive. The triplets bowed low before NieR. Please, said Alpha. You have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to NieR and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake. You know I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. Okay. Alpha claims reality. Beta shades Alpha. Gamma shades Beta. Their respective pleas given, the three statues returned to their frozen state, as silence once again enveloped the city. Alpha's a fake, you know. I mean, I don't know. So you must be lying. I think Beta's lying. When you consider all of the statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Vice. It's new. This is a new version of the song. NieR furrowed his eyebrows, and considered his answer. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. False only speaks lies. Oh, I can't, the others are both false. Okay. Alpha claimed to be true. Beta, I know is false. Well, if I'm right. Claimed Alpha to be false. Gamma claimed Beta to be false. Okay. That's the answer. So, if Gamma is telling the truth, Beta cannot also be telling the truth, because they both claim falsities. Okay, so if Gamma says, I'm the real one, Beta is lying, and Beta also says, Alpha is telling the truth, or Alpha is lying, I'm telling the truth. Yeah, one of them actually has to be correct. So Alpha has to be lying, because Beta and Gamma both cannot be true. They have to be lying. So Gamma says Beta is not telling the truth. Beta says Alpha is not telling the truth. Beta is a full lie, I'm pretty sure. No, this is still false, because if Beta is telling the lie, then that means Alpha is also a liar. If Gamma is telling the truth, Gamma says, I am real, Beta is lying. That checks out. I do think Beta is lying. If Beta says, I'm the real one, Alpha is lying, that makes Alpha... Hold on. Gamma attacks Beta, Beta attacks Alpha, Alpha attacks no one. Gamma says, I'm the truth, Beta's a liar. So if I'm saying that Beta that Gamma is a liar, then that makes Beta the truther. But that can't be. Can it? Okay. Beta says, I am telling the truth, Alpha is a liar. I almost need to draw this out. Okay. Beta says, I'm telling the truth, Alpha is a liar. So if Alpha is lying, all that means is Alpha is lying. That's all it means. If Beta is lying, all that means... If Beta is lying, that makes Alpha the truth. So Gamma has to be the truth. If Beta is lying, if I'm declaring Beta... Hold on. If I'm declaring Beta as a liar, that would make Alpha the truth, actually. So Beta has to be the truth. If I declare... I'm saying this again. If I declare Beta as a liar, then that means that Beta is bad, but also that Alpha is good. If I declare Gamma as a liar, that means I'm saying that Gamma is lying, but that Beta is telling the truth. I need to say that again. If I'm saying Beta is the liar, that is meaning I am saying that Alpha is the truth. If I say Gamma, if I say Beta is lying, that means Alpha is the truth. If I say Gamma is lying, that means Beta is the truth. They cannot both be liars. One of them is the truth. Which one? So Alpha is only saying... Beta saying you know makes me think. Can't be him. But I don't know. I don't know. The real... Okay. Alpha, it can't be Alpha. It has to be either Beta or Gamma. Alpha makes no one makes any proclamations about Gamma. Only about Alpha and Beta. So, if I say Gamma is telling the truth, That makes beta the bad one, gamma the good one. If beta, I say, is telling the truth, that makes beta the good one, alpha the bad one. But what does that say about gamma? That means, okay, if I say beta is telling the truth, that means that I'm saying that gamma is lying. If I say that gamma is lying, that means beta is the good one. That makes sense. Beta might be the good one. What happens if I say it's gamma? If I say it's gamma, gamma is correct and is saying that beta is lying. If beta's the liar, he says, I am telling the truth. Alpha is incorrect. Okay, that's actually also possible. Gamma says, I am the truth, beta is liar. If I say that's correct, then that means beta is a liar, is the truth, and gamma being the truth is also the truth. Okay. If I say that gamma is lying, then I don't know. It's down to beta and gamma. I need them written out in front of me so I can see their exact wording. Beta says alpha's the liar. All that alpha says is I am the truth. That's all. So alpha's lying. Wait, if alpha is lying, then beta has to be the truth. I know that it has to be either beta or gamma. So that means it has to be beta. Lying. No, telling the truth. The real one is beta. Though NieR's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Weiss nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Weiss in the dry tones of a lecturer, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, that theory crumbles. Now let us presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with two statues telling the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense. Therefore, Beta must be real. As Weiss finished his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust, while Beta sprang free to life once more. Congratulations, villager, said Weiss in a cheerful voice. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as it could go before an uncomfortable NieR pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this? Asked Weiss. Have you been to the city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape, then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this, but at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered NieR, just like the mayor. The vague sense of unease that struck NieR during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
Okay. Oops. Alright, I'm gonna end this part here for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed those puzzles and the story. The riddles were really fun. I especially liked that last one, the word puzzle. It would have probably been quicker for me to write it out instead of trying to remember what they all said, but we got there in the end. Yeah, that was really fun. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.